Good morning, good morning. I have a few things I want to talk to you about in this video. First of all, we need a community because our communities build us. Our communities strengthen us. Our communities help us learn what we do not know because we do not know it all. And sometimes Christians and pastors, even, faith gets low. And we have to have someone who can build us up. So yes, pastors watch other pastors, and Christians listen in on other ministries. And yesterday I got to listen in on a ministry, a Bible study with a gentleman, first time I ever did, and oh boy did he spark all kinds of things in me. So this is things I'm talking to you about today in this video, some of the things I learned that I did not know. And I had to go and look up some of this stuff because he really wasn't talking about this stuff per se, but it sparked an interest in me and I had to go look it up. That's what we do for each other. That's how you encourage each other. That's how you keep each other going as a community of Christ. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Anyway, now I'm going to tell you some of the things that I learned. Okay? First of all, we're going to talk about tithing. Oh, I know, nobody likes to talk about tithing. Well, this one I think you're going to like. This one I think you're going to probably get. I was under the impression that we had to tithe. I think as many people are. Because in Old Testament it says that you were supposed to tithe 10%. But in the New Testament, in Matthew 23, it talks about Jesus telling the Pharisees that they are neglecting the most important issues and that they needed to pretty much forget about the tithing for the moment and focus more on the more pressing issues such as mercy, justice, and faithfulness. And in Corinthians 2, it talks 2:2. It says, give cheerfully according to your ability. Nothing there saying anything about 10% now, is there? It says to give with a pure heart. So when you're giving, you need to give with a good heart. Don't give to get back. Don't give if you don't have it, don't give it. If you give and you expect something out of it, you're giving with the wrong heart. If you give and you expect them to do exactly what you want to do with it, you want to control the money, you're doing it with the wrong heart. What do I mean by this? Okay, say there is a beggar on the street. And I've heard this 1,000 times from people. Oh, you can't give them the money because they're just going to go drink it or they're just going to go do drugs and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, God said give. He didn't say give if they do this, this, and this. He said give with a good heart. Give. He didn't say that you can control what they do with it. He said give this to the person. Give it to them. With a good heart, give that to him. With a cheerful heart, give it to them. He did not say give it to them only if. He did not say give it to them if you can control it. He never said that. And I think so many times we as people get frustrated from seeing people do wrong, but it's not our place. It's not our place. Once we give them that money, what they do with it is entirely up to them. If they squander it away, that's on them. It's not on you. You did your job by giving. Now, there are ministers, and unfortunately, I have seen many ministers in churches, preachers, bishops, priests, I don't care. I've seen them all at one time or another tell you that you have to tithe 10%. And not only do they tell you have to tithe, they'll tell you you have to tithe to the church. That's not what it says. That is not what it says at all. Now, yes, it's good to give to your church because your church should be helping you, but not all churches are doing that. The way that churches were meant to be, I believe, and the Bible kind of leads me to believe that, is the church was there to help the people. So when you gave to your church, when the people were in need, the church in return gave the people what they needed when they needed it. That's why you were to give to your church. Doesn't say that you have to tithe 10%. Not in the New Testament. It doesn't say that at all. I was surprised myself. I did not know that. Because here all this time I thought I was having to give 10% when I was okay with that. But sometimes I struggled with it because I just didn't have it. And yet it says in 2 Corinthians 2, it says, give cheerfully according to your ability. Right? Well, if you don't have it, why are you giving it? Right? That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Give with a cheerful heart. If you have something to give, give it. Now, I also have found by experience that if I give back. I get back double what I give. Whatever I have given, I have gotten back more than what I have ever given. It has always worked out that way for me. It always has. It's like the testing of money, and God says that is the one thing we can test Him on is money, what He says in money and giving. And every time I have given, if I've given in clothes, I've always gotten back. If I've given in food, I've always gotten back. If I've given in money, I've always gotten back. If I give a place to live, I've always gotten back. I have always gotten back more than what I give. I have no problems helping other people. None. Even the fact that I get more back than what I give. I didn't know that I was getting more back than what I gave until later. So I was just giving because that's what I'm told to do. I like to give. I like to help. I like to be a servant of God. I like to do that because that is the heart that God gave me. I enjoy it. I not only am supposed to do it, I enjoy it. It makes me feel good as well as the other person who receives it. That's the joy of giving. It is the gift that keeps on giving. You know what I'm saying? It gives and gives and gives. Hallelujah. So if you have been under this, basically it's a religion thing because we've been told, and maybe and it may not have even been done purposely. Maybe that they thought they were doing it because they didn't know that these passages were in the New Testament, because I didn't. So there's a good chance that the preachers and the priests and the bishops and these people didn't know either. Very good chance. So don't get mad that they've been telling you that you have to do it. Maybe they just don't know. You know? Now there are some who do, and they are just like, gimme, gimme, gimme. And I feel bad for them. People pray for them because they need prayed for. However, now you know how to give. Now you know what to give. Now, if you feel like you need to tithe, that you have the ability to tithe, please do it. You're not under obligation, but if you feel that's what God's calling you to do, then do it. Not saying that you shouldn't do it. Because if we have the ability to give, we definitely should be giving. That is what we're called to do as servants of God. Give with a gracious heart. Give because you enjoy giving. Give because you love to help other people. But do not ever, ever expect it back. It will come back to you, no matter what. But don't expect it back from the people that gave it to you. You're not going to get it a lot of times. If you loan somebody money, just give them a gift, because the chances of you getting back are very slim. If you get it back from that person, that's a blessing. Count it as a blessing. Do not get mad at them because they didn't give it back to you. If you give it to them out of the goodness of your heart. Don't give it as a loan, because chances are you're going to get hurt out of that loan if you're with an expectancy of getting it back. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give with the expectancy of giving a gracious heart. Hallelujah. And know that God will give it back to you double. You don't have to worry if the person gives it back to you or not. Hallelujah. I hope this blessed you.